to the Hornby Magazine YouTube channel. I'm Richard and I'm here with Mike.
And this is welcome to the Hornby Magazine workshop, Richard. So we're going to start a new series of layout updates, which are going to feature Topley and also our O-gauge test track as well, and we'll probably have a few other surprises along the way as well.
And hopefully we'll keep up to date with the audience monthly.
Yeah, that's the intention. We're going to try and do a monthly series. So as we do things to the layout, I'm going to have to keep on top of the job of making the layout better all the time, and then we'll keep coming back with new updates on what we're doing.
Wonderful. So let's see what's changed since last time.
Yes, come follow me. Right, so we're going to take a tour of Topley, and we'll start here at the station and the tunnel, which are the original parts of the layout. These actually are built in 2012. So we've got a double track main line that comes out of the tunnel, which is all made out of polystyrene blocks. It runs across a 3-arch bridge, which then comes across into the station here as well. The station buildings are actually the Hornby Scaledale Settle & Carlisle based buildings, which have been detailed and modified. We made a canopy for them. We've used the Dapple footbridge to give a crossing point for passengers between the two platforms. And then we've used ratio fencing along the back, some Scaledale benches, and a nice collection of different figures from Bachmann, Dark Castings and a couple of other places. Okay, so this next section of the layout we're looking at here, we've got the goods yard just in front of me here. It's quite a simple affair. It's got a little head shunt over that side, 3 sidings for the yard, and then another Scaledale building for the goods shed. We've then got the main line running along in front, and actually at this point here where the A4 is just coming through, that's the end of the original section of Topley. From there it used to swing straight back round behind me and be 11 foot long and 10 foot wide. But recently we've extended the layout over the last 18 months or so. So it's now 16 foot long and 10 foot wide. So where these tracks here used to curve slightly here, you can just see with this track behind the WD, they now go straight through. So we've got a double track main line in the centre, 2 goods loops either side. So this section is the newest part of the layout. So when we modified the length of the layout, we added in a double junction here. It's one of my favourite track formations. It's quite a nice bit of interest for running trains through. When we're looking at the new section of the layout, which is the bit we completed in October for the yearbook, we've got a nice big feature in there all about Topley, which takes you through the processes we've used to actually use the selection of products and a lot more besides to actually make the scenery that's here. So one of the highlights for me of Scenic work is creating static grass and creating the depth and texture in the grass as well. It's a fun thing to do. So it all starts with plaster bandage as the base layer, and then that's all painted brown to seal it and give it a base colour. On top of that goes a layer of Woodland Scenic's fine blended green turf, and that gives a nice, again, another base layer which sets everything off. On top of that I use a number of different types of static grass from the green scene range. So it's really important from my perspective to keep variety in the tones and the colours of static grass, because that will give you a really nice effect. Just using one colour doesn't give quite the same finish as having 3 or 4 colours in the static grass applicator at the same time. On top of that I then use a spray aerosol can of matte varnish and put an extra layer then of fine blended turf and the coarse turf from Woodland Scenics into that as well. I keep building that up in different areas so you get different textures and depths to the grass as well then. Then after all that's done, we can start adding some finishing touches around it, and I use a lot of Woodland Scenic's fine leaf foliage. It's a really useful product for blending rocks and structures into the grass work. And then another thing I've come across more recently is the Martin Welberg Scenic Studios range of ready-made bushes as well. They're supplied by the Model Tree Shop, and they're a little bit more expensive than some of the other products we use, but actually they're really good. They just peel them off the backing sheet, drop them in place, a spot of PVA, and there you go. You've got a nice, neat bush in place. Now, one of the other things as well, particularly with this area of Topley we've done is we've used a lot of Woodland Scenic's Hydrocal, which is a casting plaster. So they do a series of rock moulds, which are all like black rubber moulds. You fill them with the plaster, let it go off, then you come out with a nice rock, which you can then paint and set up ready to go on the layout. And that's created all the rock cuttings around the double tunnels down in the corner here behind me. One of the products I want to mention as well is we've used quite a number of the Scale Scenic's trees from Hornby. We've been really impressed with the quality of those as well. They've got some nice tall trees that's nearly sort of 25 centimetres tall, 15 centimetres tall. And it's nice to see trees with a bit of height being available ready-made as well. So lots of different products going off here. Okay, so on this side of the layout, we've got the bypass line here where the 37 is just coming round now. And that will, like I said before, that will have scenery across here, and then there'll be a back scene around about here, and that will run along in front of the storage yard. And then behind that, we've got a 10-track storage yard. One of the downsides of the original version of Topley was that it had no storage yard. It was literally, there was a dual track main line with a pair of goods loops, so you could only ever have 4 trains on at a time. I've got a little bit more stock than 4 trains, so having a decent 10-track storage yard here has been quite nice, so I can have lots of different formations out as well and ready to go. One of the other advantages of the storage yard as well as my own stock that's on here, we use the layout regularly for testing new models as well. So we've got, for example, in here on the front of this rated container flat, you can't quite see it in shop, but there's one of the new Hatton's Class 66s. We've also got a Locoman Sound's latest Black 5 sound chip in a Hornby Black 5 over there as well. So this part of the layout really is regularly used for testing.
We've got quite a few additions on the layout.
Yes, yeah, we've got a bit of a collection going on here. Some are samples that come in for the magazine, and some are my own projects, and some are yours as well. So we've got a visit from your...
Don't tell the other half that.
Yeah, a visit from your new LNR HST power cars, which actually look really rather nice with the full set coaches as well.
It's nice to get a real train on the layout.
Yes, a real train, yeah. So there's plenty of those on it.
So what else have we got on top of the LNR HST?
Right, okay, so probably the one that's been getting a lot of attention lately is the Bachmann steam crane. That's been it's been a very popular item.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Divisive is the word.
Yes, it's popular on its appearance, not so popular on its price. I think, from my perspective, it justifies its price once you start looking at how much is in that product.
It's hard to see how much detail it is. I would say if you find one in a shop, go and have a look at the detail.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, but even that, I mean, actually, until you take it out of the box, really, there's lots of things you can't appreciate on it. It's things like these little pistons on the side and things. They actually move when you turn the gears and things as well. It's all positionable. I mean, the printing on it alone is phenomenal. So we were really impressed with it anyway.
Oh yeah.
And then, well, I suppose the next most exciting thing, which is everyone's talking about at the moment as well, is the Hatton's Class 66. So we've got 2 of those here. We've got 66789 in its BR large logo blue, as run by GBRF. And just over the far side there, we've got 66088 in the debranded EWS maroon and gold with DB cargo logos on it as well.
Spoilt for choice.
Yes, well, with another 35 of those to choose from, we're definitely spoilt for choice. So
have we got 35 of them?
Not here, no. Unfortunately.
I'm not filming all 35 of them.
No.
Two's bad enough.
Yeah. What else we got? Right, other things. Another couple of recent acquisitions of my own. We've got one of the Cheltenham Model Centre Westerns as I can't remember which number it is now. I think it's D1036 Western Stalwart, and that's one of the ones that Trevor at Cheltenham commissioned from Dapple to have the unique rotating windscreen wipers on them as well. So he had new mouldings made for the windscreens for them. So they're both unique limited editions to him. He's done that one. He's done Western King as well, which had a slightly different design of rotating windscreen wiper on it. So
it's very smart.
It is, yeah. I don't believe you can ever have enough Westerns.
You do like them?
I've got a few between the different scales. So
I think I've stumbled upon a couple of drawers full of them.
Yes, there is a drawer with quite a few Westerns in over there. I'm still missing the green one though, so so that's maybe on the list for the future. So. And then slightly again, totally different in terms of region and size and things. We've got the Oxford Rail N7 there in BR Black as well. I've always had a bit of a thing for the Great Eastern locos. I've spent quite a bit of time at the North Norfolk Railway when they had the B12, the N7 and the J15 all running together there.
It's actually a really nice model as well.
It is, yeah. And having already got a B12 and a J15, I had to have an N7 to go with them as well. So at some point we should do a Great Eastern running session on here as well, I think. So we've got all the stock. So.
I was going to say we've got the stock.
Yeah.
Right, so that's the double O gauge additions this time around.
Yep.
Let's take a look at the O gauge stuff.
Yes, brilliant. On we go.
The big stuff.
Down a level. Right, so underneath Topley Dale, we've got the O-Gauge test track. It's a currently unnamed layout. It's just referred to as the O-Gauge test track. It's basically it's a double-track mainline circuit which runs around the full length underneath Topley Dale. As you can see, like the double O-Gauge layout, it's used for testing the latest locos, including the Helgen Class 50, which we've got running today. And going the other way at the moment, we've got a Helgen Class 25 with a shortcut of goods wagons. One of the latest additions to the layout is the Dapple Semaphore signal. This is now actually connected through to one of the new TrainTech SC4 accessory decoders. They've been specifically designed to work with Dapple's new Semaphore signals, which have a servo drive in them, unlike the originals. So there's a different type of decoder required for those. And then in the background behind the main line here, I've built up a whole row of retaining walls there using an Intensio laser cut kit. I've got a lot of paint work to do, as you can see, but it is kind of starting to build at the background of how the layout might look. And the entrance into the Scenic section on this side is made by KS Laser Design's double track bridge as well. One of the other features we've got another building under construction here. This is another Intensio laser cut kit for a Great Western ARP signal box. And next to that, actually slightly off-region, considering that's a Great Western box, is an LNER plate layout, which has come from the same family of kits as well. Right, so as we move a bit further around the layout, it splits here into three. So we've got the two main lines still, and then we've got an outer goods loop there as well. And there's a double slip there which allows crossing between the goods loop and the inner circuit, and also trying to get in there from the outer circuit. And then we progress around the back of the layout here. Like I said, the three lines continue. There's a couple of sidings over the back for a bit of stock storage as well. And then I follow the track round. Then on this side, underneath the storage yard for Topley Dale, we've got a diesel depot in the foreground. Which has normally got a building here, but it's actually currently on 7mm depot, our other O-Gauge project layout, which we just finished recently. And then we've got another siding over the back behind the main lines. There's a couple of more sidings here in front for the depot as well. All very much a work in progress on this side at the moment. It's not got much further than track on baseboards, really. The other feature we can mention as well, we've got a second crossing here which links into the sidings and the goods loop at the back there. And my intention is at some point that one of the point here leading in will be changed to a double slip, so that we'll have a repeat of the other side. So trains then running on the inner circuit can use the goods loop as like a bi-directional line as well, which gives a bit more flexibility over stock movements. We've also put in a second one of the Dapple Semaphore signals over the back here as well. I'm just waiting to put the wiring in for that to get that all ready to run. And I just need to place an order for a third one, so we can put one for the goods loop as well, so everything will be nicely signalled around this side. We've got an L-cut creative signal box behind as well. Again, another kit that I've built but haven't painted. And yeah, it's making progress, but it's steady away with this layout. There's been no rush to develop it. So.
So here we are, Mike, on the O-Gauge test track, and I'm noticing we've got quite a few new additions since last time I was here.
Yes, I've been busy shopping, and we've had a few new things come in for review as well. So there's some nice things to look at. So.
Never ending.
Absolutely.
So if we start with this 128, where did it come from?
Yes, well actually I bought this one from Rails of Sheffield because they had a good offer on those. I've actually already got a blue one, but I always also really wanted the green one with the yellow panels on the gangway. So when I saw the price of them currently, it was a must-have purchase. So
was this part of their Christmas sale?
I think it's just general sale had on the Helgen 128s lately, but I think it was.
And you were weak.
I was weak, yes. I was weak, and I succumbed to a 128 again.
And you bought the Teamer 128, apparently.
Team 128, yes.
Right, so what else have we got on top of your bargain?
Right, on top of also new on the layout at the moment, we've got I've acquired a couple of the Darstead Mark 1 suburban carriages as well. These are rather nice as well. They've got interior lighting, they've got a working tail lamp on them as well. They've got some really nice interior detail as well. So they're now waiting to go up into my workshop to have the vehicle numbers put on, and then they'll get weathered up as well, so they're nice and ready to run around the garden next summer as well. So then also behind us here, which has just come in for review literally this morning, is one of the Dapple Sentinel's 4-wheel vertical boiler tank engines. This is a rather nice little model actually in O-gauge. It's lots more than what I'm used to in O-gauge at the moment, because I've been dealing with big diesels really. But
I was quite surprised how much detail they've managed to pack into it, to be honest.
yeah, they really have done a lot on this. I mean, you can't see it on the video there, but actually inside the cab, I mean, the cab interior is fantastic on it. You've got the vertical boiler, you've got all the controls, and we've even got opening and closing doors as well, which are nice little hinges. So
not forgetting the firebox flicker.
Oh, that's right, yeah, it's
underneath.
got firebox flicker, which actually
It's quite neat.
Again, it's really quite neat because these had a little bit of a glow always around the bottom of the firebox at the bottom of the grate, because the boiler runs vertically up and down inside the cab area there, and it's got a nice little firebox glow down the bottom, which I thought was a nice little addition from Dapple there. So I thought it was fun anyway.
And of course, quite literally the opposite end of the spectrum for size.
Yes, we've got at the moment running on the layout. We've got one of Haldon's Class 50s as well.
A beastie.
It is very nice beastie. We've got one of the large logo ones there, which is we ran it on analog to start with, and it's now currently running with a decoder in it as well, so we can do more testing with it as well, make sure it does all the things it's supposed to do as well.
Wonderful. Well, all exciting new additions
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
me to play with and
Yeah.
film for the Hornby Magazine channel.
That's right. I mean, a lot of these locos that I buy for the O-gauge as well, they all end up going down to the O-gauge, so they get prepped up on here on the test track, and then I'll make sure they're all running nicely. I'll do any sound fitting or decoder fitting that needs to be done for them. They'll again hopefully at some point get weathered up as well, and then they can start going out and running outside as well when the
Onto
weather's,
the garden layout.
yes, when the weather's warmer. Today we've definitely got no outside running today. So
I would be happy going out into the garden.
yeah, it's cold and it's wet, and trains don't like the wet. So
Your trains, it's all right.
yeah. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this first layout update for Topley and also for the O-gauge test track as well. Our plan is to do more of this kind of style of video in the future as well on the Hornby Magazine YouTube channel. If you've liked it, please let us know. If you've got anything you'd like to comment on, please ask away in the comments section as well. And if you haven't done also already, then please click the subscribe link as well. Lots of things for you to click and like and comment on.
Yes, and of course there will be a video coming on the layout just behind me, which is
Yes.
7mm depot.
Yeah, 7mm depot, yeah. The brand new O-gauge layout, so that's another video for you to keep your eyes out for as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right, thank you very much for watching.
Yeah,
Take care, guys.
Cheers, bye-bye.